Okay, so here's the challenge for the Mellow Mushroom as far as I can see it. First off, the size being, 2 feet by 14 feet, makes it a little complex since it's very long and very narrow. So I came up with some real remedial ideas as far as breaking up the space. This particular one has a mushroom in the middle, so it's very central with some highways leading into it. It says Mushroomville on it. We can have different takes. I don't know how interested you are in using text and stuff. And then in the background there's various landscape elements from Colorado, Denver, and that kind of thing. And then the sky would be filled with a variety of flying kind of variations on pizza, trippy kind of things, spaceships, animals, etc. Here's another variation, again fairly central, a little bit more landscape oriented. This idea of maybe the idea of Pie Town, say. Flying pizzas, alien pizza ships, pies on sticks like, water towers and homes and that kind of thing, giving it a certain amount of symmetry. And then in the background there's a real kind of funky continuum of highways and landscape elements going up and down. Of course they'd be populated with a variety of vehicles and things like that. Here's another sort of central one. I don't think it's the particularly strongest one. It says eat pie mile high, kind of a variation on the whole Colorado thing, using letters and mountains in the middle with mushrooms growing out of the mountains and some objects in the corner, etc. Anyhow, those are all kind of like precursors for this. This is the only one I can consider basically a finished one. This is sort of the set. And so it would be the same as like doing a stage. I'll lay in a certain strong geometric element and then I'll populate it. So in this case, it's mostly on a mushroom theme, kind of that Mushroomville thing I showed you in the middle. A variety of funky mushrooms on the side, some highway kind of things leading in, some funky, almost like a hookah kind of roadways going up, some other elements like that. I left it real simple, didn't add text or anything else. But I think this works pretty well because it has a retro feel, at the same time it has kind of a Futura feel, so it can be kind of funky, kind of art crumish, maybe a little bit of Avatar in there. It has a whole kind of environment. And then what I would do is I would populate this with a whole bunch of riffs, hundreds of various takeoffs on Mellow Mushroom themes and just kind of oddball things that I'd like to draw. Some personal, some a little more well tied in. For example, pizza. Pizza itself, you've got pies, there's lots of variations on pies, and you've got slices, lots of variations on slices. So, like up in the corner here, there's an alien pie ship, it's kind of a cross between flying saucer, 50s style, and a pie. Here's a pizza heart, doesn't make much sense, a flying heart with a slice through it. This is a flying eyeball slice, so it's a pizza slice that somehow has an eyeball, kind of a variation on a dirigible. And down here is something I can see doing a whole bunch of, the trucking dancing slice with teeth. So it's a little bit art crumish, a little bit deadhead, but it's also a slice of pizza dancing its proverbial pepperoni off. Here's some other little characters that are just graffiti kind of characters, eating slices and drinking drinks that could be peppered throughout the thing. Here's some variations on the mushroom theme. Here's a mushroom missile, the Mycology 4, being blasted into space. This is almost an abstract kind of flying mushroom holding a beer can. Here's I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like a cross between mushrooms and parachutes. I think about that a lot, this kind of a stoned happy mushroom dude. Here's the one with multiple mushrooms on the top wearing glasses and has a little open sign down there. And here's sort of a mushroom-based vehicle that seems freaked out at its own existence with little peace signs in the wheels. Here's a couple other variations. I got some of those from the products you already had. For example, your Say Cheese t-shirt. You can think of some sort of bizarro mobile unicycle camera with feet, tooling around saying Say Cheese. Up here, executive little businessman carrying a cross between a briefcase and a slice of pepperoni. And down here, the flying pie cow, a variation on the flying cow pie, a cross between a dairy cow and pizza, for example. I also can do a lot of little variations on things like, salt and pepper shakers, Parmesan cheese, that kind of business. So anyhow, this is sort of the style of the things that would populate this basic setting. Of course, instead of mushrooms, we could go with Pie Town pizzas and stuff like that, even though I think the mushroom thing, there's a lot of room for variations on it, and the mushrooms tie in really nice with architectural structures. Any questions? Just feel free to raise your hand.